Let's face it, the 80s were a weird time. Weird hairstyles, weird music, weird fashion, and even weird TV shows. Here's 10 weird shows of the 1980s. For this video, weird doesn't necessarily mean bad. A TV show can be weirdly good. Some went on to multiple seasons while others only a few episodes. I've gone through all the comments from the first video and added some of my own picks. Number 10, Street Hawk.
This is a perfect case for Street Hawk.
They thought he was dead, but he's back. And with a little help from his friend, he's going to make them pay.
Trying to capitalize on shows like Knight Rider and Airwolf, Street Hawk aired shortly on ABC from January 4th, 1985 to May 16th, 1985. Teen idol Rex Smith starred as Jess Mock, an amateur dirt bike racer and ex-police officer who was chosen to test an all-terrain attack motorcycle. His skills as a dirt bike racer came in handy, since this motorcycle could travel speeds up to 300 miles per hour. During the day, Mock worked as a troubleshooter for the police department, but by night he was a crime fighter known as Street Hawk. He was considered by many to be nothing more than a lawless vigilante. Even though the show was popular, the network decided not to invest in a second season. Number 9, The Phoenix.
Long ago, in a remote corner of the world, ancient astronauts landed from a distant planet with a gift for mankind, the Phoenix.
The Phoenix had the shortest run of all the titles in this video. It ran on ABC from March 19th, 1982 and ended on April 16th, 1982. Blonde-haired, blue-eyed Judson Scott was Benu of the Golden Light, an ancient extraterrestrial who was awakened from his sleep place in Peru. Benu was an enlightened being who was socially responsible, kind, nonviolent, and environmentally aware. He had special abilities like telekinesis, the power to levitate, and to do astral projection. His strength and powers were given to him or made stronger by the special Phoenix amulet he wore, which got its powers from the sun. Only 4 of the planned 9 episodes were shot before being canceled. Number 8, Perfect Strangers.
Listen, I got to be honest with you. The woman is wearing me out.
Balky!
On the other hand, she sure knows how to toss my salad.
I know I'll probably get a lot of flack for adding this one to the list. While Perfect Strangers wasn't necessarily a weird show, the character Balky, played by Bronson Pinchot, was weird. The series chronicles the relationship between Balky and his American cousin Larry, who allows Balky to move into his new Chicago apartment, and intends to help Balky learn about American life. The only knowledge he has of America is what he picked up from pop culture. Balky teaches Larry about his culture as well, specifically the wild dance of joy. The show was widely popular and ran for 8 seasons. In 1988, Perfect Strangers became an anchor show for ABC's TGIF. In the fall of 1989, after 2 seasons on Perfect Strangers, Harriet's character was given her own spin-off series, Family Matters, joining Perfect Strangers in the TGIF lineup. Number 7, The Great American Hero.
They want Mr. Hinckley to accept the gift which contains these unearthly powers.
Unearthly powers?
It's a suit. It will work on Mr. Hinckley, nobody else.
The series premiered on ABC March 18, 1981 with a 2-hour pilot movie. The series ran for 3 seasons, however 5 of the 15 episodes never aired. Ralph Hinckley is a Los Angeles public school teacher. During a school field trip, Ralph encounters extraterrestrials, who give him a suit which endows him with superhuman abilities. He is also instructed by the aliens to thereafter collaborate with FBI Special Agent Bill Maxwell. Their instructions are to use the suit as means to fight crime and injustice in the world. The lead character's surname was changed from Hinckley to Hanley for the latter part of the first season, immediately after President Ronald Reagan and 3 others were shot and wounded by John Hinckley Jr. The character's name was reverted to Hinckley after a few months had passed. Number 6, Pee-wee's Playhouse.
I'm going door to door to make you this incredible offer. I'm sure you're wondering by now just what it is Salesman!
If you know Pee Wee Herman, the childlike creation of Paul Rubens, then you know how odd this show is. If you don't, there's really no way to describe the show. It really has to be seen to be believed. It's a live-action kids comedy with Pee Wee playing in his playhouse, which is located in Puppet Land. There's a talking chair named Cherry, a baby pterodon named Terry, and Cowboy Curtis, played by the one and only Lawrence Fishburne.
Howdy, Cowboy Curtis! Howdy, Pee-wee! Wow!
The show featured recurring gags, animated sequences. Pee Wee's Playhouse ran from 1986 to 1990 on Saturday mornings on CBS, and airing in reruns until 1991. The show was popular with kids and despised by adults, especially when the talking pull-string doll was released.
You'll go wacko, you'll go crazy with Talking Pee-wee.
Talking Pee-wee from Matchbox for you and your kid. Cherry sold separately.
What's that? Major luck!
Number 5, Misfits of Science.
Trouble of finding it.
Don't you guys ever learn?
We owe you, boy!
No!
Perhaps best known as Courtney Cox's first television acting gig, Misfits of Science premiered on October 4th, 1985. 16 episodes were shot, but only 50 made it to air before being canceled due to low ratings. The premise is pretty straightforward. Dr. Billy Hayes assembles a team of people with human anomalies, and together they do stuff. Some plots include one episode where the team helps seniors who develop superpowers from eating hamburgers.
Hey, Barney, come on! Oh no, don't! Please, no!
The window! Look at you! Get in the window!
No, Bessie!
The team consists of Dr. Elvin Lincoln, who has the ability to shrink, Johnny Bukowski, a rock and roll musician who develops electrical powers, and telekinetic teenager Gloria Denalo, played by Courtney Cox. Number 4, Max Headroom.
Most people only eat revolting things to break a record. This lot did it to make a record. Rats on a budget.
Eat and serve.
Max Headroom exists in a derelict future, where television networks rule the world. Only a handful of non-television technology even exists anymore, with television having advanced to a state where it can monitor people's movements and thoughts. But one man fights the system, Edison Carter, a journalist who uncovers unethical truth and relies on a team to air those truths outside the system. Max Headroom is actually a computer reconstruction of Carter, who shows up primarily as comic relief. Max Headroom actually appeared in commercials for the new Coke, with the catchphrase, "Catch the wave."
Catching the wave. Catch it if you can. Catch the wave. Coke.
The series premiered on March 31st, 1987 on ABC, and ran for 2 seasons, but was ultimately canceled due to low ratings, and it couldn't compete with the heavy hitters Dallas and Miami Vice. Number 3, Sledge Hammer.
Hammer, you don't seem to understand my dilemma. I've been fighting with City Hall for over 2 months now. They're talking about making cutbacks. The mayor is threatening this entire department. Do you understand what I am saying?
You want me to kill the mayor?
No!
Sledge Hammer ran for 2 seasons on ABC, from September 23, 1986 to February 12, 1988. A hybrid of Police Squad and Dirty Harry, with a protagonist that's thick as a post, but armed like Rambo. The satirical cop sitcom stars David Rash as Inspector Sledgehammer, whose best friend is the Magnum 44 that never leaves his side. Never. He's a cop that lives by the motto, shoot first and shoot second. Also shoot third, fourth, and fifth. Probably shoot sixth too, but not seventh. Despite critical acclaim, Sledge Hammer struggled in the ratings, partly due to being repeatedly bounced around ABC's fall lineup. Number 2, Out of This World.
There's gotta be somebody that can stop this.
Geez, these gold chains weigh a ton. Hate to be behind him at the airport.
Out of This World first aired in syndication from September 17, 1987, and ended on May 25, 1991. The series revolves around Evie Ethel Garland, a young girl who discovers on her 13th birthday that her father, Troy, is an alien from the planet Antares Prime in the Scorpio galaxy. Evie's half-alien heritage gives her superhuman abilities, with most of the episodes revolving around Evie misunderstanding her powers and causing some sort of trouble, which she spends the rest of the episode fixing. Only Evie and her family know about the alien side. Many episodes depict their efforts to hide the secret from other characters. After 4 seasons, the series ended on a cliffhanger. Troy came to visit and Donna took his place by accident, ending up on Antares Prime, while Troy was stranded on Earth. Number 1, Alf.
Brian's right. It's an ALF.
What?
An ALF. An ALF. That's short for alien life form.
An acronym for alien life form, but whose real name is Gordon Shumway. Crash lands in the garage of a suburban middle-class Tanner family. The series stars Max Wright as Father Willie, Ann Sheedon as Mother Kate, and Andrea Elson and Benji Gregory as their children, Lynn and Brian Tanner. Alf was performed by a puppeteer, Paul Fusco, who co-created the show with Tom Patchett. However, in the scenes in which the character appears in full body, a small costumed actor was briefly used, the Hungarian-born Michu Mazzaros. Alf ran for 4 seasons and produced 99 episodes, including 4 one-hour episodes. The series concluded with an unresolved cliffhanger, but a later TV movie, Project Alf, served as a season finale for the franchise. Alf was hugely popular with tons of merchandise. They even released a cartoon. Reruns of Alf entered off-network syndication September 1990. At the time of this video, you can watch all episodes free on Tubi. Well, there you have it, 10 weird 80s TV shows. Leave us a comment below and let us know if you remember any of these. Thanks for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more videos just like this.